What do you get when you don't make your Motu figures into little brick figures? You get someone else to do it for you. Hey toy fans, so I got some stuff from Jeff over the holidays, so this was a while back. I just haven't gotten through everything. And I had, of course, usually every year I get a ton of Motu or Masters Universe stuff. Now, Master Universe, property of Mattel, and I really don't want to give Mattel any shout out right now because of what's going on until things get fixed on the forefront of what's going on with Jurassic Park Dominion. I'm going to stick with not doing any of those reviews, but I do have a piece of Motu property that was done by someone in the private sector. And I really dig them. I think they're really cool, and I think they're worth opening. So the idea is that Mattel actually has Masters of the Universe that is the little minifigs, and what we get is like the Mega Block type of stuff from Mega Constructs, which I have a bunch, on my wall. My kids played with them. I don't really have mine open because I like them better on card, but I did get recently a whole bunch of these from Jeff, and they're like little Lego minifigures. So that's like a Triclops, which is pretty cool. Here's like a Zodak. I mean, look at that. Really cool detail. We got, of course, a Sorceress. Oh goodness, there's a whole bunch of these. Skeletor. It's like a Tila because the snake hood. Oh man. Of course, the man, He-Man. We got a little Ram Man. And last one out of the group, we got ourselves a little Faker. That pretty awesome. So I've been wanting to open these for a while, and I figured today would be the day to do them. Before I get in that review, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. Like this video, comment down below. I love talking back to you all. And hit that bell for notifications so you can be alerted to anything that comes from me to you. What do you say? Let's get into it. Okay, and upon receiving my little specialized Lego figures that are not actually Mattel, we end up getting these little packs like this. Now this looks almost like how you would get minifigures in a normal like box set or something, like if you had a castle and you got the little mini bags with the figures in it to hold all the parts in. Very reminiscent of what we get with the Mega Constructs, but more like Lego. And they really do feel and kind of seem more like Lego in their build because of the way that they're put together, which is pretty interesting. I like them. The thing is, so all in all, is that the bags themselves are pretty simple. I noticed some of the figures were put together and some were not. There's no markings on it or anything to say that they are, one brand or another. Instead, it just has this warning, choke and hazard small parts on it in multiple languages, and that's all we get. And that's like that with every single bag. So these are truly kind of on their own with the figures. Now I noticed that some of the figures have printed chested and arms, and also printed faces, and some don't. So they're kind of all over the place with what they do. Some are put together, some are not. Really interested to get him out and check him out and see what he's like. Now, that's the bag. And the bag is not going to tell us anything about these. We need to get them out, put them together, and get to playing. Alright, and these are our minifigures put together. I love the Lego detail in this, and that it's simple, it's very brick-esque, but it's also very playful. A few things to note, and a few things that I would have liked to see change, however, overall I think I'm fine with them. Let's take a look at He-Man. He-Man's got this really, really cool, shield and axe, And I love that the way they built the swords for this scale. I almost like it better than the way that Mattel did their swords for the Meg Constructs. But I really like that detail, and even the metallics on the waist and even on the bracers on the arms. They did a really, really good job. The back even has details on it to show the back muscles. That's a fun piece. Going to Skeletor, He-Man's arch nemesis. We've got, of course, the skull face, and it's a little bit lighter than I would expect. It's more like a skull and less like Skeletor's skull face, I would say. But I do feel like the hood is just a little too bright. It's a little more lilac than anything else. And I'd like to have seen like maybe a ram's head for that staff. I think that would have been cool. We did get some kind of muscle texture on the arm that looks a little bit like, it's kind of like muscle. I'd say it's supposed to be like bone, but it really is just muscle. And then we get his printed back and front for his belt and for his armor. We do get a soft goods cape, which is nice. But going over to Faker, one of the things I like about Faker that I wish I'd have seen for the Skeletor is that he's got this really cool skull and crossbones armor. Now, if you remember, Faker actually has Skeletor's armor, but in orange. I kind of wish that they would have had this in purple to go with that Skeletor instead. I kind of like this look versus the printed look, and it's something I'd like to have seen changed. Faker, of course, having much like He-Man, but now in blue. It's a really cool piece. I'm liking this one a lot. Others in the line, we did get a Teela, as she has that, of course, that snake hood. Some really good metallics printing on the actual arms and on the legs here. It's a really nice piece, and I love that snake staff. That looks great. Let's see. Let's take Triclops. I like Triclops. One of the couple of things I didn't like about this Triclops is that it didn't feel quite like he had the rotatable head. I'd like to see maybe instead of this, just the top with the eyes going around it, because his mouth doesn't show up quite that well in the mouth hole. But he's still really cool, and even the detail on the sword that looks more like his sword that he gets from the Mattel run. I like it. The orange belt, brown boots, he looks the part. It's a really nice figure. We also, of course, get the Sorceress with her eagle staff and, of course, eagle wings cape. I like how it's open up, very bright and vibrant. And then Ram-Man. This is probably one of my favorite ones out of this run. I really dig him. I like how the eyes show up to the mask. We get that heavy, heavy armor up there, and then including his axe with some nice silver metallics on there. That's just a really cool piece. And then, of course, Mr. Ladybug head, man. Everybody knows one of my favorites, Zodak. I love that they actually brought him out with a shield as well. So he's got a shield, his armor, his helmet. Even if you look at his feet, he's got clawed feet. He's got his blaster. And I mean, he looks really cool. I dig these figures a lot. Now, I find these as a really cool addition. Maybe not replacing the Mega Blocks that Mattel's put out, but I do see these as a really cool addition for most Motu collectors to have. It's a fun little play on Lego, and I really think that it's nicely made. For what we're getting here as really custom pieces, you can tell that there's some fan-made love within this to show parts that really need to be made and like prints that work really well for the figures, and accessories that really lend to the characters. And I like it. I think it's fun. Each one comes with a stand. Each one comes with a plethora of supplies or parts. And each one is vibrant in color and really looks the part. Skeletor, in my opinion, is a little off just because I feel like the hood itself is a little bright. I think that it should have matched a little bit more of the cape than what he had, and Triclops' mask is a little off as well. But all in all, I think that they're really spectacular pieces. They look a lot of fun, and I think that it's one of those that if I had a little set built up or maybe a little castle, I'd love to display them out that way. I do have some space on my shelves to put them up on, and because they come with that convenient stand, it makes it feel more like this is a nice display piece. In the end, after opening all the bags, I ended up with a whole bunch of extra hands. They do give you extra hands in case you lose them, because some of the hands feel a little loose, which I like that. They're making sure that whoever gets these get enough hands that they don't lose them and they have enough to hold their accessories. But it does, in the long run, leave you with a whole bunch of extra hands, just as a note. All in all, I think that they're really cute. And I think that they, again, really feel like this is a fan-made, loved sort of piece that is truly custom. Now, these are available online. And as soon as I figure out where exactly they came from, I'll be posting about it. But till then, all I know is that they came from Etsy from my friend who got it for me for Christmas. So, if you're going out looking for these, good luck with the toy hunt. This episode of Tay Ray Gun was sponsored by Marvin Dog Media. To learn more about Marvin Dog Media, visit www.marvindogmedia.com. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below to let YouTube know that you like what I'm making. And be sure to hit that bell notification so you get updates to future content.